Welcome into our virtual learning store. My name is Brian Wright, CEO of New Patient Group, and I appreciate you visiting. Our store is all about you. We created this for you because we know the problems that exist growing a practice, and we understand that times have changed in dentistry, they've changed in orthodontics, and they've really changed in all other specialties as well, whether it be inside dentistry or out. And successfully growing a practice today, it requires a different mindset, a different skill set than in previous years. There's a lot of reason for this. Competition, obviously, you're dealing with more of a consumer than a patient more than ever before, and obviously a lot of other reasons as well. Now, we also understand, for you doctors out there, how frustrating it is to grow your practice. It is completely frustrating, and attempting to be a CEO at the same time you're being the clinician is very difficult. It's hard enough being a great CEO. And it's hard enough being a great clinician. You try to combine both together, how difficult is that? It's very difficult. And basically, you're trying to be everything at once. Very, very difficult to do. And we also understand how difficult that makes growing your business. I mean, how hard it is to just grow the clinical components of your operation is difficult. But then you've got to grow your business, and the business makes up really 70, 80, 90% of everything that's occurring every single day within inside your doors. So it makes it very difficult. Because, I mean, your priority and your passion is being a clinician, and that's great. I have the utmost respect for it. It's an awesome ability. And that's what you went to school to do. And then you get out of school, and then bam, you're thrown into all those business components. And that's what our store is all about, is those business components and making sure they function at the highest levels. Now, we also understand office managers out there, utmost respect for you. I mean, look at this. I mean, the frustrations. I mean, you're thrown at managing the business, running and growing the business, also the practice, dealing with employees, and no offense, doctors, they also have to deal with you as well. You're dealing with the doctors, and so much more. And that's so frustrating because of all those things that you have to do every single day. It's a real big problem. We also understand the problems that come with training your employees. I mean, training your existing employees, retraining your existing employees is hard enough, but also training the new hires as well, because it's extremely important to hold people accountable, and we understand that that's a huge problem. The importance of accountability and implementation, it cannot be overstated enough. It's so critically important, and it's something that practices, just human beings in general, whether it's inside a practice as a business or you could be a restaurant or anything else out there, implementation and accountability, people struggle with those for all kinds of reasons. You guys have been there. I mean, you fly your team to a facility, you may attend a webinar event, you may spend thousands of dollars to go to a huge event, take your whole team, maybe it's just a clinical event, maybe just you and the office manager go, whatever it may be, you've been there. Because the expense is enormous, the time you have to put into it is enormous, and then you're lucky to retain 10% of the information that you even receive. I mean, it's a very difficult thing. We've all been there. You get back to your practice, the business and the practice get in the way, the schedule runs the show, and when are you going to have time to implement this? All right, it's a real problem. And then even if you do get things implemented, and you've probably seen this, slowly but surely, they just fade away. And that's how, as human beings, that's how we all are, unless there's very specific methods in place to ensure that does not happen. Now look, the person you learn from, if you go to an event, maybe some of you watching have been to events that I've even spoken at, and maybe tons of other people as well. You could have listened to a doctor about the clinical side, you could have gone to a marketing event, business event, whatever it may be. And the person that you heard, they articulated the thing so very well. But then, when you get back to the practice, that person is no longer there to articulate it. It's all up to you, okay? It's a real problem. Then you lose an employee. You fly to an event, you spend all these thousands of dollars to get your people trained, and then you lose an employee. Whatever, they could get sick for a while, they quit, you have to terminate one, whatever it may be, you lose the employee or employees that you spend all this money investing in to get them trained. And it's happened to so many people, and it's so frustrating because, wow, you go to these events, you come back all excited, only 10% really gets implemented or implemented well, then you lose the employee that actually did implement it well, and it's just this domino effect, okay? And according to a place called PeopleKeep, the cost of losing just one employee, it ranges from 6 to 9 months of their salary. And simply put, what that means is if you're paying an employee $40,000 a year, you're looking at $20,000 to $30,000 just to replace them. Now, that's not just in terms of going out and hiring a company to replace them or putting out an ad. I mean, this could be that, or it could be in actual dollars, or a combination of actual dollars and just your time. I mean, your time to retrain them, put out ads, hire a company, whatever it may be. It is very, very difficult. And the famous book, this is actually part of a lot of our management training that we go through with our clients. So this is a book you absolutely should read. The famous book, The 4 Disciplines of Execution, calls all this the whirlwind, okay? And basically what they call the whirlwind is your daily job that you must do in order to keep the doors open is ironically the same thing that keeps you from progressing the business forward. I mean, doctors out there, that would pertain to you having to be in the mouth all day. All of this stuff keeps you from progressing your business forward. It takes everything out of you just to do the daily grind of things. And all of this leads to the problem of effective implementation and a lot of other problems as well. It's why we created this virtual store, among many other reasons. Now, this whirlwind, don't forget this. The whirlwind obviously affects you if you're an office manager listening. It obviously affects doctors if you're the CEO, the business owner listening. But don't forget this. It also affects each employee in your office as well. I mean, their daily grind of being your clinical assistant, the receptionist, if you're a GP practice, a hygienist, if you're an orthodontic practice, a treatment coordinator, all the things that they have to do every single day actually keeps them from progressing their own skill set. And that skill set is in order to provide a better experience for your patients, it's to grow your business, your practice, and it's also to grow themselves. It's also to advance their personal career and allow them to make more money. Their daily grind gets in the way. And for all these reasons, along with so many more, this is why we created our virtual store, okay? It's why it exists. It solves all the problems I'm talking about, and it really focuses on 6 main problems every organization, no matter how successful you are, no matter if you're really struggling just to keep the doors open or somewhere in between. Every organization struggles with these 6 problems. And it's a real issue because if you want to streamline your training, your patient experience, just your overall growth of your business, these 6 problems, you need a solution for them, and that's what our virtual store is targeted to solve, every single one. The lack of time. I mean, when do you have time to train people? When do you have time to do all the things that are necessary to defeat your competition, okay? Inconvenience. Obviously, it is not convenient flying to someone else's training facility, hiring a new consultant every year, flying, whatever it may be. It's not convenient, okay? A lack of accountability. All this really leads to a lack of accountability because you don't have the time. It's an inconvenience to you. So when are you going to have time to hold employees accountable or yourselves accountable for actually learning a few ideas and actually getting it implemented unless those ideas become a part of your operation? All right, lack of implementation. All this goes. If without accountability, you are never going to have implementation, and really vice versa, okay? You're not going to have implementation without accountability. So it works both ways, all right? But if you don't have time to implement, that's where the lack of implementation comes in. When are you going to do all these things, all right? Lack of repetition. Something quick about repetition. Don't take my word for this, but I think everybody would agree that humans need ongoing practice. If you're an athlete, you keep practicing both new things and existing things to better your skill. It's no different inside a business, okay? Whether you're the receptionist, whether you're the doctor CEO, the office manager, we all require ongoing training. The neural impact talks about, and this is why the repetition of this program is so very important and why it works, why our clients do so well. The neural impact talks about the science of why we all as humans resort back to how we used to do things. All right, very impactful. And what the neural impact talks about is just we all need ongoing repetition. You don't go and learn something clinical and then never learn it again. And the beauty, and think about this, the beauty for the clinicians, the doctors, you watching this, is you get to practice every day. You're in the mouth doing things every single day. So you're actually getting ongoing practice every single day for what you have to be great in. A lot of other people in the organization do not get the ongoing practice and training that they need to be great every single day, okay? And the neural impact just talks about our behavior psychologically always resorts back to how it used to be unless that repetition is involved, which is this virtual store is a great way that solves that problem. Now, cost. Obviously, hiring different consultants, flying teams around. There's all kinds of reasons. Hiring new employees and training them, training your existing employees. All of this goes into very expensive costs that our virtual store solves. Now look, virtual store, a virtual learning is the way of the future. It's the way of the now, and it's also the way of the future, and is commonly utilized by the most successful organizations both in and out of healthcare. Famous organizations like Starbucks, Walt Disney, the Ritz-Carlton, famous organizations like that are very well known for using virtual training to get the most out of their people. accountability, repetition, all of those things. And also the highest producing dentists and orthodontists. I mean, we have a lot of clientele that are some of the highest producers in the world, not just the nation, the world. And they are obsessed with virtual learning. They are constantly putting video trainings in front of their people and themselves to make their people better, which in turn obviously helps with the patient experience. It helps with conversions, referrals, efficiency. Really, the list is endless. Now, what can you find in our store? All right, you can find a lot. Our virtual store brings a comprehensive program directly to you at really the convenience of any internet accessible device, all right? Really 24/7 directly to your fingertips, all right? And we have a very comprehensive program because every single thing inside a practice matters, all right? This allows you to be able to purchase what matters most to you, all right? Our certification course is one of the things that comes with it. All of our certification courses are 100% customized to the job description of the employee based on the type of practice you are. We don't do cookie cutter things here, okay? If you're an orthodontist, you're not going to get some kind of cookie cutter approach that we use for a dentist and vice versa. It all matters specific to your practice, very important. Now, all of our certification courses, these are the people we target within the practice. Receptionists, treatment coordinators, hygienists if you're a GP practice, assistants, both clinical assistants for dental practices and also ortho assistants as well as assistants in other types of practices as well, office managers, doctors as well. We have a lot of entrepreneur CEO courses, and that's what our Dr. Diamond Club podcast focuses on, is that how do you do things like the top 1%? So those of you who listen out there, I appreciate it. If you don't, make sure you subscribe to that Dr. Diamond Club podcast. Also, we focus on employee training, all right? Our employee training focuses on what makes up really more than 80% of even the clinical job descriptions inside the practice every day. And it's the commercial fundamentals that you have to be great at. Things like 5-star customer service. And why is that important? Well, the latest Harris Interactive study, almost 90% of people make a purchase from a business, whether it be a dental practice, orthodontic practice, or a restaurant, etc., based on how you make them feel rather than actually how good your products, your treatments, your services are. So it's all about this. And 5-star customer service training is not something you wake up and just know, all right? There's people, experts, that have been training on it their entire lives, okay? So we want to make sure that your people are 5-star customer service experts to increase your conversions by treating people better. Time management, something your people deal with every single day, how efficient they are. Sales fundamentals, and don't get me wrong when I say that, we're not talking about car salesmen here. We're just talking about the simple fundamentals of what to say and when to say it, how you structure it. All goes into whether or not you win a conversation. And frankly, you guys know this, if a patient starts treatment at your practice, you are bettering their lives. So anything you can do to treat them in a way that's going to get them to start that treatment at a higher level, I would say is a good thing. Handling complaints, things that your people deal with every day. They may get a phone call that talks about why you charged me the wrong price, or maybe it's in person. A lot of different examples. These things they don't get ongoing training for, and we want to make sure that they do to help your practice. Overcoming objections. That may be, how much do you charge for this on the phone? It may be another objection in person inside your office. There are really countless amounts of them. Presentation and verbiage, how you present money to people. There's really hundreds of examples of this that go on. Even you as the doctor inside the exam, how you're speaking can make or break your entire operation. Office manager, how you're speaking to your own people. So this not only is patient facing, there's also training for management on how you present things to your own employees. Now, multitasking, another big one. You're on the phone speaking with a patient. Adult is standing there trying to check out. Door chimer going off, and you expect the receptionist to be fabulous at this. The only way that happens is if you have great multitasking abilities. So very important, okay? And why it's part of our training. Self-motivation. Look, in order to better your practice, you've got to have a team that shows up every day motivated to get better. We want to make sure that we train them on the things necessary so they understand that a lot of this training goes into improving their own career, okay? It's not just about your business. Of course it is about to grow it, but your employees need to know that a lot of this training helps advance their career as well, helps them get more motivated to wake up every day to get better. So very important, and a lot more as well. Now, the topics we cover throughout our store, they all cover the systems, protocols, processes, and procedures we implement are 100% customized to the type of practice you have, okay? Very important. Again, it is not a cookie cutter approach. It is not a one person buys the same thing, everybody gets the same thing. Very important to understand, okay? Now our topics, they focus on the new patient telephone call, the financial presentation, the overall patient experience. There's 3 that we focus on and try to get implemented into practices. Clear aligner growth program. That mainly focuses on Invisalign, and it is a great, great program. Hygiene growth program if you're a GP practice, and a lot more as well. Our topics really focus on every single thing inside the practice environment, okay? And you have a choice. You can get all of them, or you can just, like we said, you can select which ones are most important to you, decide if you like the content, decide if you want to work with us further. We can go from there, okay? Management training is another one. Whether it be Starbucks, the Ritz-Carlton, Walt Disney, or other famous organizations that come to your mind regardless of the profession, or the highest producers in healthcare, in dentistry, orthodontics, plastic surgery, pedo, list goes on and on. The most famous organizations in every profession all function the same way. This is, again, is what our podcast and really what our company New Patient Group is all about, is taking the most famous organizations, both in and out of healthcare, taking how they do things and teaching them to others, okay? That's what our whole store, among everything else I'm talking about, is about, because they all do it the same way. You could take a silver platter and hand it to people, and you'd be successful if you follow it. That's what we're all about. And it's the opposite compared to everyone else. That's the frustrating part. And again, what we talk about on that podcast is you have the 99% and the 1%. All right, and this is what we call it. We call the top 1%ers versus the 99%ers, okay? Management functions in the top 1%ers totally opposite than the 99%ers. Now, it doesn't mean some of the 99%ers don't try, okay? But the facts are is this right here, they execute. They implement, they hold people accountable, they're structured, they're streamlined, they're on autopilot, all because of how management functions. And that's what our management courses, they focus on a lot. Our management training courses teach you the ways of the top 1%. We challenge you to think differently about the business components of your practice. We challenge you to think differently about how to get the most out of your people, out of your employees. We teach you how to create a winning culture of accountability and success, because you can have accountability and also have fun in a successful winning culture as well. We teach you how to analyze the business aspects, the business components of your practice differently by tracking different stats than other people do, okay? We want you looking at different indicators of your business that are different than what your competition and everyone else is doing, and that is called our Employee Performance Indicator course. If you want to know what stats to track that are different than everybody else out there, stats that will show you the holes in the boat that you can in turn plug with good high quality training to grow your practice without spending one nickel on outside advertising, this is a very, very important course, so we get a lot of good feedback. Now, our store also has mystery shoppers, okay? Mystery telephone calls, all right? That's one. Our professional mystery callers call your practice every month, record those calls, and they send those calls directly to you with a full analysis of the call. It's really cool. They break it down. You get a little video link that you can watch it, and it provides a lot of feedback, and it's also obviously for accountability purposes, implementation purposes, all of that stuff, but it's also a great way to bonus your people. It's a great way to also go, I'm gonna make up a name here. No, Susie, I really wanna commend you. I really wanna say what a great job you're doing, okay? Let's listen to this call together. Just a fabulous job. So it's not only for accountability, implementation, it's also to build that winning culture, that culture of success. So important. And it's also the perfect complement. If you buy our receptionist certification course, awesome course, very popular. We sell a lot of that course, and it helps a lot of people. The mystery call program, the ongoing program, is something that you absolutely need to get as like an insurance policy, okay? Now, mystery patients, all right? This is an awesome program. Our professional shoppers actually call your practice, they schedule with your practice, and they actually show up as a real patient to your practice, all right? They record the entire appointment, start to finish, and you, the doctor, you, the manager, and the team, none of you even know which one of those new patients is a mystery patient. It is absolutely awesome to really get down to the root of all the problems that exist in your organization with your new patient experience, with maybe employee attitude and how they treat people, but it's also, again, a great way to bonus people, okay? The recording is provided to you, and our VIP coaching team actually goes in and does a full analysis, breaks down the whole thing for you, start to finish, and talks about the areas that are strengths, talks about the areas that are weaknesses and in between, and all the holes in the boat that are costing you a lot of money via conversions, via lack of referrals, etc. It's a great program, all right? And again, accountability and implementation. That's what it all goes back to. But again, also that culture of success and accountability. Now look, it's the single most powerful. I believe that having a live patient and you not knowing, or your team not knowing it's a live patient, is the single most powerful way to get a clear picture of exactly what's going on inside your organization as it pertains to your new patient experience. Now, let's continue. What's also on our store are webinars, all right? This is a great way to sit down with your team. Maybe it's just you on a weekend, whatever it may be. The webinars are pretty quick, 30 minutes to an hour. You can sit with your team, click the button, quickly learn valuable information that can grow your practice, all right? Very simple. Our popular web, and it's very popular because they're quick, they're easy, you get them right away, you keep them for life. Now, they're popular for a lot of reasons, mainly because they cover an array of high-level topics, all right? Topics that a lot of times aren't discussed in healthcare because it's real business entrepreneur stuff to help what, again, makes up 80+% of your organization, all right? And they start for prices as low as $97. So they're very affordable. You get to keep them forever, that quick learning. Now, we also have our virtual platforms. Our patient virtual platform that's very popular, allows for virtual consultations. It also allows your patients to instant message your practice. So basically overnight, it cuts your incoming calls from existing patients about 50 to 80%. It's a fantastic tool because you just have to text right back from your computer and your phones don't ring as much. It really allows you to focus on a lot of other things like taking care of great people that are inside your practice, following up with pending treatment. It opens up an enormous amount of time to grow your practice. All right, Patient Virtual is awesome. Our practice virtual platform, what that is instead of you buying one of our courses, so let's say you're going in to buy the receptionist course, what our practice virtual platform does, it comes with our entire library. So you get to buy it for a one-time fee, and then there's a monthly storage cost, and then also anytime we get a new program added, let's say we shoot 10 new telephone videos or 10 new videos about the treatment coordinator, you get that ongoing updated content. So it's a great option for you as well. Now, what do you receive when you make a purchase? First of all, you keep them forever. Very important because it goes back to we want to be a part of your organization. That's why New Patient Group exists. It's a little bit different than the normal consultant model that, they're with you for a couple months and then they're gone. Leave you with all these ideas that sit on the shelf. Now, we want to make sure we're implemented. So we created this store so we could become a part of you, all right? When you make a purchase, it's yours, all right? It becomes the perfect solution for your existing employees. But also now, like I talked about earlier, if you lose one employee, you now have a plug-and-play system to train them on exactly how you want things done, how you present money, how you answer the phones, everywhere in between. Hey, Bobby, Susie, Timmy, this is the way we do things here. Let's watch the video, okay? And it's just a simple matter of blocking a few minutes a week, either doing it as a team or doing it as an individual, and then making sure you're following up to make sure people are doing what they should be doing. So very important. Now, following your investment, you will receive login information via the email you provided, okay? This login is going to allow you to access our state-of-the-art learning management system. And the system's great because it's going to organize all of your purchases, okay? And you get to keep them for life. And it's not, on a messy YouTube station or whatever. It's a really professionally done LMS that organizes all of your tools, all of your courses and training. And you simply can log in via any internet accessible device. So it's available to you 24/7. Scripting and flowcharts. All of our training comes with very professionally done scripting and flowcharts, very, very important. And they're high quality, all right? They're professionally done, high quality documents that you're really gonna get a lot out of. Like the phone course, the receptionist course, there's a lot. I think there's up to 4 to 5 or 6 scripts just in that course alone that you can print out, put by the telephones that are gonna instantly help you, okay? Now, also a comprehensive approach. This is important, all right? Every training course comes with a comprehensive portfolio of training content, high definition videos, a lot of training, okay? They each are intended to provide the training for the life of your organization, all right? Just the receptionist course alone has over 60 training videos, all right? Just for the receptionist course. I think within the receptionist course, the 5-star customer service one has 15 or 16 videos alone. So very comprehensive. And you can use this slowly but surely for the life of your organization, both to keep implementing new things, but again, to also take care of that repetition, implementation, and accountability that's such a problem with the come-and-go consultant model. Very important. Now, high definition training videos that I just mentioned, all right? I think this is very important because it helps engage the watcher, the listener, to the video. I mean, you don't want to be watching something that's low quality, right? So our high definition training videos, they ensure every aspect of your virtual training experience exceeds your expectations. Something we teach for a living on customer service is if you're meeting expectations, you fail. All right, every single video you watch, we believe it will exceed your expectations and you will absolutely love it. Very, very important. Now, also, it comes with exercises, games, and role plays. Obviously, so important, guys. Practice, there's no magic pill to grow a business, make employees great, all right? So you've got to have some practice, you got to play some games, some exercises as well, and we focus heavily on that. Every single course we have is going to come with role plays, games, exercises. Again, building that culture of accountability, of success, that winning culture that famous organizations have, that's what we want installed inside your business and your practice. So very important. Also, dedicated support, all right? You're not gonna purchase a video and then you're on your own, all right? We have our new patient group team is always here to make sure your experience far exceeds your expectations, okay? Our 800 number, 800-278-9648, or simply shoot us an email at mpg@newpatientgroup.com. Our team is always available. If you have any questions, any concerns at all, we're happy to help, as well as our VIP coaching team. There's a lot of people that shop in our store, buy stuff, and then they want one of our personal trainers, we call it, one of our coaches, to make sure this stuff gets implemented for them. So you can always add that as well. Our VIP coaches are always there. Now, one thing that we have to mention is copyright infringement, okay? All the content that we have, all the materials, the video lessons, we've worked very hard to create. This is knowledge that I've built for many years, helping many businesses all over the world with a lot of companies I've had. And it's my passion. It's our passion here and to just make your lives easier, make your employees better, grow your business, give your patients not only that great clinical result that you can handle, we're here to give them a result and an experience that just blows them away so they have talking points throughout the community. But all of this leads to the fact that all of our material is copyright and IP protected, all right? Anybody, and it's not gonna be you, I'm sure, but we just have to say it, anybody that is sharing our content with other parties not associated with the purchase, they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Very important. Look, it is our sincere passion to help you grow your business. It is what we're here for. It is what this store is here for, okay? And we want to create an awesome partnership with your organization to be able to help you for a long, long time. It is so important to us that your practice thrives, but even more important that your business thrives. We want your business to thrive so your practice can thrive. So important to us. That is where our passion is. Our passion is on the business side, the marketing, all of that stuff. Well, your passion's on the clinical side, and that's why the partnership is so fabulous, okay? We look forward to it, and we are confident that your investment will bring an excellent return to your organization. Our clients consistently average a 20 to 40% increase in revenue in less than 12 months, and I believe you will as well. So grow your practice on your time, grow your practice on your schedule, and at your pace, okay? Very important, and do so via any internet accessible device. We want to be with you 24/7 to grow your business. So here's to your success. I appreciate you visiting our store. Looking forward to the partnership and helping your organization grow in a multitude of ways. Thanks so much.